Hi everyone, it's Connie Elaine. Thanks for joining me again. And this week there's a little bit different video. I'm not doing my mani. Don't worry, there's still a final look, so you guys can check that out. Save it for inspiration for your future manis. But I used Let's Meet in Crete for my pedicure. Also, I like to coordinate my hands and feet. Either they're similar or using similar sets, or it's something that'll go with, just because where I live I wear sandals a lot, even in the winter time. And then so I make sure my toes are done. But then a few people actually have said to me somewhat recently as well, um, is it really that much easier to use dry polish on your toes? And they're like, I use it on my nails, I love it, but I'm afraid to do it on my feet. And I'm like, really, it is a much simpler process. I use 4 strips usually for my toes, unless I do something extra. And then, so I use the biggest strip, so 2 of those, and then the smallest strip, so 2 of those. That's 4 strips to do all my toes. And then, unless, like I said, I'm doing something else or I want to design a certain way, so that's the like outside the norm. But the norm usually is just 4 strips. So here I'm just demonstrating with my foot up on a stool. I had to wait till it was earlier in the morning, so you might see my dog or one of my boys on the peripheral of the video. Usually my dog's around, but since I use a counter or a table to do my nails, I usually don't see her. So you might see that, but so she likes to help. But anyway, or I use a bench, but that was harder to video, so I'm like, I'm just gonna have to wait and do this for you guys when I'm having a better morning. So as far as like my physical situation, so enjoy that. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think that if you haven't used Color Street for your toes, if you think you might start, or if you have any other questions about it. But enjoy that. I used Let's Meet in Crete, and then I used Shangri-La later. That'll be in the final look. But like I said, if you don't have that, you can always grab We're Meant to We and just tear it off. You'll see as I do my toes what I do. So enjoy that.
All right, so I have Shangri-La and Let's Meet in Crete. I thought this was a light, very feminine combination. So here this week, like I said, I'm actually showing you how I do my toes. I take the largest strip from the nail sets for my toes, and that's Miss Halo. She's usually around, but you guys normally don't see me do this, as well as my little ones. So I use the largest strip, and then I turn it sideways on the piece that's left to do my next 2 toes. I'll do one, push everything down, pull the piece off, and then turn it. So I like to have the clean edges as much as I can along like the base of my nail, just because then it's less to clean up. But there's 1 strip on 3 toes. And then I'll go back and just clean up the edges with my thumbnail. I try to do my pedis as I'm doing my nails, or I do my pedi first. This one I had to go back in the morning and do, so that way I could film it for you guys, because sometimes I'll do one nail and have to stop, like I mentioned, just because of my back issues. But here I'm just cleaning it up, and some people turn their strips sideways in order to work for their big toe. Like they'll take the biggest strip and turn it sideways. I can use it vertically, but there's 3 toes done. And then I'm taking the smallest strip in the set, and I still like to do that tacking method just for stability. So then I'm doing my smallest toe, and then once I get that down, I just use my thumbnails to tear it off, tack down the next side. I can even do 3 nails, 3 small toes with the smallest strip, but usually I don't, but it's happened before. So that's 4 strips, 5 toes, and that's 1 set done. And then I'll just go back, clean up the edges. That way it looks nice and neat, just like if you went to a salon or had your nails professionally done. I actually like my nails done better this way. And then And of course, I've already taken off my old polish, filed them, prepped them for with an alcohol swab to put the polish on. But this is just the application, because so many people ask, you know, how do you apply these to your toes, or is it really that easy? It really is that easy. This took me just a few minutes, and then I just make sure all my edges are pressed down. I file down in one direction. If I go back the other way, you'll see me briefly just pick up my file, so that way I can go the other way. And then now I'm on to my next foot. So like I said, I just have the largest strip that I line up and put down on my big toenail. Like I said, some people turn it sideways. That can affect how a design looks, but otherwise it doesn't affect how the nail polish works. So and then here I'm just, like I said, turning it sideways, so that way I have a clean edge to put on one toenail. I'm using the cuticle pusher just to help put it down in the little grooves along the edge of the nail. And then I'm going to take this last piece from the same strip, and just kind of center it, put it on my nail. But I turn it, like I said, so the clean edge is along the edge of my cuticle, not over your cuticle because then it will lift, but just right up next to it. And then as I finish pushing it down, then I just use my thumbnails to take off the edges. If you've seen my manis, you know that I often apply, and then I'll go back and clean up edges just because it lets the nail polish really adhere. There's Miss Halo again, just checking out what I'm doing as I'm grabbing my last strip.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for watching that. As always, stay tuned for the final look, which I will have both the manicure and coordinated pedicure in that look. But let me know what you think, and if you haven't tried Color Street on your toes, let me know if you are going to try. So enjoy. Hope everybody stays safe, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye.